Hello students, I welcome you to session 46 of Learning Management System, an initiative by the Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. This session deals with Unit 6 of Basics of Transmission and Distribution System for the course Basic of Electrical Power System for first semester students of Diploma in Electrical and Electronics Engineering. At the end of this session, the student will be able to draw the single line diagram of the layout of 11 kV by 400 volt substation, identify the components and know the function of each component. Before we move to session 46, let us have a brief recap of session 45. In the previous session, we studied about the single line diagram of a 66 by 11 kV substation. We studied about the various components, that is the power transformer, which reduces the voltage level. We had bus bar, which serves as a junction for the incoming and outgoing conductors. The instrument transformers, which is used for protection and metering purposes. Isolators, which acts as a no-load switch for isolating a part of the circuit under no-load condition. Lightning arrestor to provide protection from lightning surges. Circuit breakers to operate under fault conditions. Protective relays for protection, and insulators to support the conductors. Fuse and accessories for protection of all circuits. So all the components we had studied in the previous session and also learned the graphical symbols. In this session, we are going to learn about a similar line diagram but for 11 kV by 400 volt substation. Before we begin this session, let us have an overview of session 46. In this session, we are going to study about a single line diagram of 11 kV by 400 volt substation. We are going to study the graphical symbols of components used in substation and the function of all the components used. Here in the figure we have a basic outline diagram or a line diagram of a 11 kV incoming line which has been stepped down to 400 volt with the help of a step down transformer. The figure shows a single line diagram of 11 kV by 400 volt substation. The incoming line is of 11 kV and by using a transformer, we are stepping down the voltage from 11 kV to 400 volt. So basically looking at the voltage rating, we know that is a distribution transformer. So we have a 400 volt bus bar and from which we are going to take tappings and provide the outgoing lines to different consumers. All metering and protection devices has been used. We can see CTs as well as PTs being used. Also we can see in the figure that there are circuit breakers and isolators. This is basically an underground substation. So power has been supplied by underground cables from 11 kV incoming line to the transformer. The figure represents the line diagram of 11 kV by 400 volt substation. We have a 3-phase 3-wire 11 kV line which is brought to the GOS, that's a gang operating switch, which is installed near the substation. The gang operated switch consists of isolators connected in each phase. Since the underground cable, the cable connects the incoming line to the transformer and is fed to the high tension side of the transformer. So from 11 kV, voltage is stepped down to 400 volts. At the secondary side, we have 400 volt 3-phase 4-wire system. In the line diagram, we can see that the secondary of the transformer supplies power to the bus bar. But the power is supplied through the main OCB for protection purposes. From the bus bar, we have a 300 volt 3-phase 4-wire system. So the voltage between the two phases is 400 volt, while the voltage between the phase and neutral is 230 volt. So this system is used for distribution to the individual consumers. In the line diagram, we can see that CTs are located at suitable places for metering purposes and indicating instruments, and also for providing input to relaying circuits for protection purposes. The single-phase residential load is connected between phase and neutral, while for three-phase load, three-phase supply is given with 400 volts between the two phases. In session 45, we already learned about the components of a substation. So in this slide, I am just going to display the components, but we are not going to discuss the functions and the graphical representation because it would be a repetition. So we will revise the topics and the concepts learned by MCQ. The voltage between any two phases of a 400 volt 3-phase 3-wire system is A 220 volt, 110 volts, 400 volts and 250 volts. We know that between the two phases it is 400 volts and between phase and neutral it is 230 volts. So answer will be C 400 volts. Let's move on to the next question. The voltage between any phase and neutral of a 400 volt 3-phase 3-wire system is, the first option is 230 volt, 110 volts, 400 volts and 250 volts. We know that between the two phases the voltage is 400 volts on the distribution side, and between phase and neutral it is 230 volts. So the answer will. The next question is, the residential load is connected between any two phases, any one phase and neutral, any two phase and neutral. Fourth option is three phases. We know that the residential load is always connected between a phase and load, while for industrial applications we require three-phase supply. The answer will be B, any one phase and neutral. The next question is, usually distribution substation are A, underground type, indoor type, C, outdoor type and D, any of the above. Underground substations are provided only when there is a lack of space, especially in populated cities, or cost of land is very high. Indoor type we provide for less than 66 kV because we have higher safety, but there is a problem of clearance between equipment and switchgear. So generally we go for outdoor type for distribution substation. So the answer is C, outdoor type. Question 5. What is the voltage level of electrical lines running along the roadside with RCC pole? So we have four options: 66 kV, 33 kV, 11 kV and 44 kV. So the answer is 11 kV because these lines run from the distribution substations to the pole mounted substation for further utilization by the ultimate consumer. A pole mounted substation are placed overhead on poles, cheapest form of substation, free from building works, all the above. So for a pole mounted substation, all the above options are applicable because they are placed on overhead poles with the cheapest form of substation and is free from building works. So the answer is D, all the above. Question number 7. The structure of pole mounted substation is. These type of substations are found everywhere along the roadside. That is H-type, I-type, A-type and T-type. So answer is going to be the H-type. Generally, the pole-mounted substations are either H-type or it has a 4-pole structure. But 4-pole structure is not an option here. So we have only one option, H-type. So the answer is A, H-type. I would like to share with you the resources used in creating this content. These are a few textbooks which we have referred to develop this content, and there are a few links which you would like to use in order to have a better understanding of the concepts. I would like to share with you the names of all my team members. We worked as a team to develop this content, and I'm very grateful to them for their help from time to time. Thank you for using this content. We have tried our best to develop this content in such a way that you can understand this topic easily. I hope it was useful to you. In case you have any suggestion to improve this content, please send a mail to lms.dtek@gmail.com. Thank you.